Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War. What is it now? Campaign 23, week 5. So today, gosh, what happened while I was gone today? So I was celebrating Mother's Day some because of course that was yesterday. I celebrated some today with my mom. And yeah, I come back later today and apparently everyone has like a billion shiny keys. We did not exploit. We got a normal 545 number of shiny keys, which actually, that's actually a lot. I didn't realize we had so many. But we have 545. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, we have not opened them. Actually, how do we even show it? Let's see. I guess we can see all of our shinies. Where do you show all your shinies? Isn't there like a tab for it somewhere? But yeah, we have not used them all. We do not have like a billion of every single one. Actually, I think there's still some we have 0, though. I don't think they show up here if you have 0s up there. But anyways, yeah, there was a big, I don't know, what do you call it? Exploit? Oversight? Basically what happened is, of course, we have the spring event going on again this week. Oh yeah, we haven't covered a weekly video yet. It will be later today. Soon TM, soon TM. But after stream later tonight, after I grab a quick bite to eat, we will be covering the weekly video with all the teams, all the copy paste and everything. But anyways, of course, we still have the spring event. And with that, they still did another weekly thingy today, or this week. The problem is they replaced the final reward with 1 shiny key. What ended up happening though is that's not what happened. Of course, last week this was the pet. This pet right over here, you got 1 copy of it. What they ended up doing is instead of making this 1 shiny key, is they made it a shiny key worth the number of the code that this bug is. So whenever they're in the files, they all have a number that corresponds to them. And this bug was number 13,000 something something. Actually, I have it on the thing. Where is it? Let's see. It was number 13,397. So it basically read that as the number of shiny keys to hand out. So there was a bunch of people that got over 13,000 shiny keys if they basically rushed down killing a bunch of greens. And then ended up claiming this within the first few hours, several hours, not sure how long it was this morning. But if you end up doing that really early after reset, you would have gotten 13,000 shiny keys, which is absolutely insane. Are they going to do any rollback or anything? We have no clue. I don't think they said a single thing on it. I believe we're also getting a patch tomorrow, so maybe they'll address it by then, but the patch is probably already rolled out, so they're probably not. So yeah, it's a whole mess. And that's what the current poll is as well, if you guys ended up claiming them or not. If you end up getting your shiny keys earlier today or didn't. I personally did not. Though even if I was around to do it, I probably would not have claimed it. Oh, we get to kill a bunch of purples today for 100 gems. Nice, we need to go do that. Actually, we get a double 100. Oh no, I thought this was the 100 one, never mind. Well, at least we get 125, still pretty solid. But yeah, this was glitched earlier today. It works properly now, it'll give you 1 pet. Another thing that's glitched that I ended up noticing too, though I'm pretty sure a lot of people noticed, is the weapon's still glitched. Even though they did a hot fix for these shiny keys, they have not actually fixed the weapon. It's actually the default value. So whenever a weapon doesn't have a value, it basically gets defaulted to 3. So they forgot to put a value here. What's even sadder is even this with only a 3 mana cost is actually still horrible. It just goes to show how bad weapon types like this are. Is even at 3 mana cost, this is still completely dead content. Which is absolutely insane. But yeah, basically whenever a weapon does not have a designated number, it will always get defaulted to 3. So because they didn't put a number here, it is a 3 mana cost. But even at this 3 mana cost, which it currently functions at, yeah, it is still useless. It's actually crazy how many things in the game are still completely useless if it only had a 3 mana cost. This being one of them. It just goes to show how horrifically bad they are. You can basically make it have no mana cost and it is still useless. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello Bill. Hello Mark. Hello Calamar. Hello MK Jets. Hello Isabel. Hello Cookie. Hello Hoofamus. Hello Roxy, and thank you for the continued support. Hello Chad, and thank you for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so in other news, let's go over things that aren't broken. So we got a raid event. So hello Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. So with the raid event, still pretty much the same thing as always. We got a really good dragon for this. Overall, pretty good setup. No empower to go with it, though, unfortunately. You probably want to go a 4 times Darkstone team, aka using hero class. The main reason being, even though it doesn't have any extra percent this week, you end up getting a lot of extra magic. So for the extra magic bonus, you probably want to be utilizing your 4 times bonus. So that's what we're doing with this. And yeah, that gives our Nebula Dragon a bunch of extra damage. Which, of course, if you end up having this off of the Cosmic Dragon drop table, is pretty much free for both the raid event and the Underspire event. Though do keep in mind for the raid event, of course, you have to use Toxic Hag on your team. This is obviously something that you can skip and go for something else on the Underspire team. But for the raid event, you do have to use it on your team, so you get double score whenever you end up killing the bosses out. You don't have to upgrade it, but it does have to be on your team. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. Just immediately get Throughout a full mana, go cast Nebula Dragon, and rinse and repeat until you have won. Hero you could either set as more damage or set as extra mana accumulation. Which honestly, I should probably just switch it to more damage. I don't know. I guess more mana accumulation could be fine. I guess it doesn't really matter either way. Because realistically, you're just throwing into the dragon until you win. There's not really much you have to do beyond that. You were actually told it was fixed while you were doing your last 10-ish kills, but you were still able to claim your keys? Nice. Yeah, I didn't get my keys, sad. We're keyless. Yeah, I have no clue what they're going to do about it. This has happened several times where they just handed out like 1 billion loot for people that got on early during one of the updates. But this is probably one of the craziest ones, because that's an insane amount of shiny keys. That's not just enough to max out every shiny troop that's currently in the game, but also enough shiny keys to max out basically every shiny that will exist for like the next year to 2 years, if not more. It is insane how many shiny keys that is. But yeah, we'll see what they do about it. Tomorrow's patch probably doesn't address it. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I unfortunately do not have them. We did not exploit it. We do not have 1 billion keys. But yeah, it's quite a bit of power. Every single shiny troop that gets upgraded from it has 2 lower mana costs and a slightly better ability. But they'll probably do something about it. Whatever it is, it's not going to be enough, but they'll do something about it. It's over $10,000 worth of keys. I'm not surprised. Yeah, something's about that much many. Oh yeah, that's true. A lot of it gets converted into dust as well. Biggest goof since the early Nomapalooza days? I'm trying to think of one that was bigger. Because I feel like there was one that was bigger than Nomapalooza, but probably not bigger than Shiny Keys. I think it was the Seal Key one. Basically, when Seal Keys got the second set of Guardians, I believe it was, they were actually in the gold key drop table. So, if you ended up opening all your gold keys to get the max instead of using your Seal Keys, I think you would have saved the equivalence of, like, several $1,000s worth of keys. Like, that you could be using towards Mythics. It was something like that. That was one of the biggest goof-ups they've done. Where basically you were able to gold key for things that were supposed to only be in the Seal Key drop table. And which basically meant that you could save them for future Mythics instead. And yeah, the other big goof up was Nomapalooza Day 1. You could basically farm infinite Paloozas off of doing Paloozas. Which led to people getting like hundreds of Paloozas in one day. And I don't know, what else? I don't know, is this the biggest one? I'd probably say this is the biggest one. Because 13,000 shiny keys is kind of crazy high. Like, even 1,000's a lot. 13,000 is, like, double infinite. It's enough to max and still last you for, like, 5 years, probably. But yeah, I would say those are the 3 biggest days that they did, like, a really big resource exploit. There's been a few others as well. But it was probably the biggest 3. Definitely not the only 3, but probably the biggest 3 as far as, like, value amount. Hello, Isabel! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Yeah, I think a shiny key is roughly $1 or something. I'm not sure what they normally charge for it because I never buy them. Yeah, that sounds about right. They probably charge like $1 or 2 each. But even at $1, that's what, $13,000 worth of keys then? It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, our beard has been getting longer. I've been wanting to shave it soon. I probably will in the next week or 2. Next time you see us, it might be gone. Food keeps getting stuck in it. It's actually getting so long. That's when you know it's starting to get slightly too long. Yeah, that's the other thing too with shiny keys. Even if you spent infinite money on it, you know how long it would take to even buy 1,000 shiny keys? Like, let's say hypothetically you had infinite real world money and you wanted to buy 1,000 shiny keys. That would take over a year, if not multiple years. If you bought literally every offer, regardless of how unworth it was, it would still take over a year to even buy like 1,000 shiny keys. As well as, you know, like $1,000 or something. But even the money aside, it would still take like over a year to do. Whereas they accidentally handed out like 13k for free instantly. Which is absolutely insane. But I'm really curious to see what the explanation will be this time. This is like the biggest fluke they've had possibly ever. As far as like sheer value. Because it's not like something like the Palooza event where it was a lot of value, but everyone got basically a different amount of value. Because how much effort you put into it was how much you got back. So depending on how much you grinded during that day is like how much you got back towards it. But this, you basically just had to grind for like, what, 20 minutes? And you would get the full amount of value. Like, it's not like people who grinded for 2 hours got more than people who grinded for 20 minutes. They all got the same amount. But that's the main thing that's really crazy about this one. Is it's not really like time dependent compared to a lot of the other big exploits they've had in the past. Where the more you did it, the more you would get. And this is also one that was really easy to do accidentally as well. Like if you just want to go do like the weekly kill count like immediately this morning, you would have accidentally did it. Without even trying to. As simply claiming all rewards on it earlier just triggered it. So there's a lot of people who probably did it accidentally, not even intending to. Obviously, using all the keys would be deliberate. But actually obtaining all the keys could have been completely accidental. We need to change our banners this video every day. Yeah, we haven't been lately. We were when we were doing Brighter Shores, back when we were still doing every day. Yeah, we'll be doing it a bit more often. Like tomorrow we'll be streaming. We should be getting a patch tomorrow. Unless they're rolling it back because of what happened today. But we should be getting a patch tomorrow. The 8.5 patch. Where's the Shiny Keys rewards? It's not currently in the game anymore. They ended up removing it at some point earlier today. But basically, under the claim rewards over here, the final pet got replaced with over 13,000 Shiny Keys. Is what ended up happening. Which is kind of crazy something like that can happen. That doesn't have like a failsafe or something. Because that's one of those things that if you looked at it for like 10 seconds, you'd be like, oh yeah, this isn't right. That's not even close to right. Oh, we haven't handed out any codes yet? Oh, my bad. Let me go get you guys a code. Wait. I got a code. There you guys go. Should we hand out 13 codes for all the... Yeah, this is what we should go do today. We should go hand out 13,397 redeem codes. For everyone who didn't get the 13,397 shiny keys. That'd be funny. No, I can't hand out that many. Actually, I'm actually a little bit limited. Because the community manager hasn't been around for the last week. I think she's been sick or something. So I haven't been bothering her for more codes. I actually don't have that many more codes left. Surprisingly. All I have left are the April codes. I still haven't gotten the May codes yet. Even though we're like halfway through May. But we'll hand out a good handful of them, though. Not sure if I'm going to do 13, though, because we'll actually run out by the end of the month at the current rate if I do. Would be funny, though. We'll hand out a lot, but not 13 many. This is a little too many. But yeah, Jetto's been sick most this month. Yeah, once she's feeling better, I'll go poke her about the redeem codes. I said plenty right now, so I just don't want to bother her with it. Pretty sure she can't even do it anyways. Until she gets better. So you missed 13,397 shiny keys? Yes. We all did. Or maybe not all of us. 53% of us have. But no worries, I didn't bother claiming it either. We'll know what their official response is, hopefully within the next few days. Not sure what they could possibly do about it, though. Oh, I finally need the hack for once. Her ability is actually not that bad. She converts 6 green into brown. Technically into curse gems, but basically brown. But yeah, it's a 6 green to 6 brown convert while also having her damage poke. It's nothing crazy, but it's not bad. Better than some raid trips we've been getting. Or should I have taken purple there instead? Pretty much every battle we want to just immediately get Thrall to full mana. And just spam it until we win. Well, more so our Nebula Dragon, but you know, feeding into it so we can get the win. It is the game plan. But yeah, this makes both this event and Underspire really free this week. So much so, I might actually complete out all of Underspire this week. Because all you have to do is just cast Thrall and just cast this a few times. And just use a meat shield in front of Thrall so it doesn't die. And that's all you need. And the rest you can set like extra mana links or whatever you want. It should be a pretty free Underspire. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I have double this dragon as well. No, I only have one! Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. We got perfect RNG on all the, that's the only problem with that. We got the, Celestial Dragons in a perfect 6. One issue with that is I only have one of each. So this is actually a situation where it actually would not be horrible to have 2 of them. But I got perfect RNG on it, so there's no point in me going back to go get more. Just to have another copy of them. So we'd have to get creative with what we end up using. I was not sure what we really need. Is there anything else that does like damage to all enemies from this kingdom or something? That's actually good. What do you do? Not really. Possess King. I don't know, I guess for mana accumulation, Possess King wouldn't be awful. It doesn't do that much damage. He does have Transform, though. You would do him first and then do Nebula Dragon if you were to do it that way. Yeah, I guess we just have to use Possess King then. And the team would be Hero Meat Shielding, Thrall, Nibala, Drox, the green Celestial Dragon. And then Possess King in last slot to replace out Hag. But yeah, that would be the team for Underspire then. But yeah, I think I might actually go all the way in Underspire this week. It's a pretty free week because Thrall's such a good mana accumulator. I believe this thing has Dispel as well. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually. Does this thing get Dispel? I don't remember. I hope it does. It's not too big a deal if it doesn't. We have ways around Submerge. Actually, you know what? An interesting way we have around Submerge that we could actually use? Essence of Evil. We have Essence of Evil instead. So that'll work then. We just have to replace that for Underspire then. Just to have a bypass to Submerge. Oh, that'll work out perfectly then. Yeah, that's the game plan. Yeah, poll looks like it's pretty 50-50 on if people claimed the keys earlier. But yeah, we're in the not claim category. I'm still really curious to see what the fallout from it's going to be. So much so, I might even have an update video on it midway through the week. As it's probably the biggest resource blunder, honestly, they've probably ever done. And they've done several. It's not the only one, but out of every single time they've done it. I can't think of one bigger than today. Because 13,000 shiny keys is kind of crazy and a half. How much value that is. Like, we're not talking about, like, gem keys or something. Shiny keys are so valuable. Actually, honestly, out of any key in the game, they're basically, like, the most valuable key that you could ever accidentally get. Honestly, even more so than VIP keys. Because you can't even buy shiny keys infinitely for 50 gems each. Technically 45 when you buy them in bulk. Because the cheapest you can get a shiny key is PvP. And normally you want to do deed books for this. But the cheapest shiny key in the game is 20 gold marks each. This is the cheapest way to infinitely get shiny keys. Well, you know, 3 a day, but, you know, basically infinite. But this is the cheapest way to get shiny keys in the game. And 20 gold marks is worth, actually, what is the value of it? I guess we could break it down based on deed book. How much is a deed book worth again? If you spend 150 per deed, they require 50 of them. That's 7,500 gems. Which means each one of these is worth 75 gems. Which means every shiny key is worth 75 times 20. Which is 1,500. Why does that not sound correct? Wait. Are they really worth 1,500 gems each buying them here? No wonder why you only do deed books. Gosh. Wow. Yeah, this is why you only use them on deed books. Wow, that's expensive. That's the equivalent of 1,500 gems each. Like buying these instead of deed books. Yeah, this is why you only buy deed books here. Wow, that is insane when you break it down like that. Yeah, never buy anything with gold marks but deed books. That is insane when you fully break it down. I knew it was a lot. I forgot it was that much, though. Yeah, you 100% should definitely only be using your gold marks on deed books. Which we kind of already knew, but gosh, that's crazy. You're basically throwing 1,500 gems worth of value for every shiny key you go for if you were to do that instead of a deed book. Which is why only deed books. Yeah, I didn't get the video out earlier today. And it was busy throughout the day. But no worries, we will get it out soon. A few hours after your stream, I'll have the weekly video out. Maybe we'll have updated drama news by then. So we can include it in the video. Because I might make a post about it by tomorrow morning. And by tomorrow morning, I mean tonight. Because they have Australia time. So their tomorrow morning is like literally right now. Yeah, reset time is really annoying in American time. Like at Eastern Standard Time, reset is at 3 a.m. And if you're on West Coast, it's at exactly midnight. But yeah, it's really, really annoying. Is there anything that I've always hated about Gems of War? Relative to my time zone? This 3 a.m. reset time is like the dead of night. Like, it's too early to wake up early for, but it's too late to, like, stay up all night to go record. It's in, like, the perfect zone to be really annoying. I still do it sometimes. But lately I've been doing it a lot less exactly at reset time. Just because of how annoying time it is, my time zone-wise. Plus, most people are sleeping at that point anyways. Well, not most people, but you know. Like, half our audience is still in America. And if I was to get a video out at that time, literally everyone's sleeping. At the time I would get the video out. Should we send a support ticket to the devs to reclaim the missed shiny keys? If only it was that easy. I know. Hopefully we'll have the official response within the next day or two. Honestly, it's a big enough event. I might cover a separate video for it later for the response. If they don't post it by tomorrow. Because we should be doing a stream tomorrow night for 8.5 patch. But also potentially for going over the response for whatever on Earth happened today. But if they don't respond by then yeah, we might cover a separate video for it later this week, we'll see. Because I'm curious to really see what they end up saying about it. There's pretty much no good solution on their end. So I'm curious what they're eventually going to actually do about it. Because the way that resource works, there's almost no way to really do a rollback on it. Unless they can roll back people's entire account or something. But then that would cause the controversy of people getting, like, rolled back by multiple days. Like every person who claimed all the keys, or, you know, actually used the keys after claiming them. Because just having them claimed shouldn't trigger anything. But they might have a list of everyone who spent, like, thousands of the keys or something. I said, hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. What's up with all those shiny keys? There was a glitch earlier today. They still haven't given a response to it yet. But yeah, there was a glitch where the daily thingy was giving, like 13,000 something shiny keys here. Which is the code for the pet. But they gave it as shiny keys rather than the pet. But yeah, pretty crazy. You know what? I'm going to buy the extra torches. I'm going to go all the way today. Or this week. I'm going to spend 150 a day so we can go get it done. Oh yeah, I need to go build the teams for this anyways. Perfect. I'm just going to grab the team from the raid event. And then just replace out the hag. We actually mentioned what it was earlier. I just haven't built the team for it yet. I'll have all the copy paste for the video soon. Once we get it out a little bit later. But we already mentioned this earlier. We go Essence of Evil. Put that in Throne of Thrall. And then, I guess Possess King. There really isn't a good second option here. The best second option here would just be run another Nebula Dragon. Unfortunately, don't have it, so we're just running Possess King. But if you have it, running Double Dragon's probably better. And by probably, I mean it is better. Let's see. What do we need here banner-wise? Probably +2 purple, +1 green. Oh yeah, this is something I didn't want to do with the other one. I guess I will for this because it's a higher rarity team. But it's one of those old banners that some people might not have. That's fine. Alright, obviously you could just change the banner for something else. But, yeah, that just minuses yellow, which does nothing to this team, so that's perfect. Still keep the Plague Lord because we gain a bunch of extra magic from it, so it's pretty nice. Alright, that'll be to our team for Underspire. For the really early fights, I do want to change it slightly, though. Underspire, fight, paste team. The main change I want to make is, remove Essence of Evil. Just for the earlier fights. But here we go. Actually, honestly, I could just remove Hero in its entirety. What do we have for Link? Do we have, like, green Link? Purple, 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 blue. Never mind, we don't have a good Link. I'm just going to keep Hero there. I just change it once we get deep. Alright, let me do one battle so the team saves. What were you mentioning? Also, hello, Dark Sagan. Hello, Fotis. Hello, Shay. Yeah, it is pretty unfair. They'll probably have some kind of response for it later on what they're going to be doing about it. You're trying to get it done during work? Oh, yeah, I read that earlier. I just didn't read it aloud. I did see that, though. Let's see. I answered that. Let's see. You won't be here. Pally updates live. Nice. Good luck, Isabel. Honestly, I need to go try it again. That game's gotten so many updates since I last played. But good luck. Good luck. Let's see. Yeah, next patch for 8.5 should mostly just be Guild War fixes. I think they were doing like a few other small things, but it's mostly Guild War fixes. It should be coming in tomorrow. Or today, depending on your time zone. Hello, Shay. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the official response for them soon as far as what they're doing about it. You mentioned to them that you haven't gotten a mythic from a chest in over a year using thousands of keys and gems. They told me don't keep track of the keys used. Or that they don't keep track. Interesting. Well, it'd still be obvious to see on someone's account if they have, like, every shiny max. Like, that's not hard to tell. Like, even if they can't keep track of the exact number of keys used, like, they could definitely tell an account that's used, like, 5,000 something shiny keys. Like, it is very, 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 very obvious. If you have literally every shiny in the game maxed or not. But it'd probably be less obvious if you only opened, like, a couple hundred of them. But literally the only way to have every shiny max in the game right now is if you, end up claiming the exploit earlier today. Because even if you bought in every shiny key to ever exist, you would not have every shiny max right now. Daily video? Yes, daily video will be up soon. I was just a bit busy today, so I wasn't able to get around to it. But we'll be covering it in a few hours after stream. Just going to grab a quick bite after stream and then go record the video. But yeah, it's still going to get out soon with all the copy-paste for the week and everything. And then tomorrow night we'll be doing a stream for the 8.5 patch. And if there's enough to mention, I might even cover a separate video for the 8.5 patch as well. Otherwise, we'll just go over in next week's Monday video when it comes out. Which probably makes more sense anyways, because most of what's in 8.5 patch, even though it's coming out tomorrow, most of it affects next week. Like, everything that's in it affects pretty much stuff happening on the next weekly reset. I don't think there's anything we can immediately do with the 8.5 patch. We'll still be going over the patch notes and everything tomorrow night on stream and everything, though. You still haven't seen the correct comment you were pointing to? Wait, what comment was it? You got your second ever 37 gem perfect tribute? Nice! Did he send it to me on Discord? Yes, 8.5 patch should be tomorrow. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Well, other than what happened today. But no, it should be tomorrow. Because assuming we're still having Guild Wars next week, they need it before next Guild War. And the final possible day they could do it is pretty much tomorrow. There is a small chance we don't get an update tomorrow, but it's very, 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 very likely we are. And if there is, we will be streaming tomorrow night at, you know, this time and going over the patch notes, doing everything with it that we can, all that good stuff. Maybe hunt for whatever achievements if there's anything we can go for immediately. There shouldn't be too much we could do immediately, though, because most of it affects the following week. Not sure there's much in the patch that we can really go over immediately other than, you know, patch notes and everything. But whatever there is to go over, we shall. Oh, you just got it during this stream now? Nice, huge congrats. Yeah, I've been getting some big ones. Still haven't seen a perfect yet, though. I've definitely been seeing some that are pretty close. Like mid-30s, like a 34 or 35. Still have yet to see the perfect tribute, though. Come on, where are all the purple at? There's one thing that's slightly annoying about this game mode compared to the other, though. With Enchant, we're pretty much guaranteed to have full mana on Thrall near immediately. But the problem in Underspire is we do have to find a purple. If we don't get a purple, he doesn't get full mana. Obviously, most of the time it's not that hard to go source a purple, but sometimes you don't get it for a while. There should be a pretty free Underspire this week, though. Not the freest ever, like that one Flower Dragon week we had the other week. With the double Ember Claw. But it's pretty close to about the freest you can ever get. You don't even need that much for it. All you need is the green Celestial Dragon. Because the main part of the team is Thrall. You get this, like, for free. If you somehow don't have Thrall, you throw, like, 10 event keys this week, you get a copy of them. Like, the only hard thing to get on this team's the green Cosmic Dragon. And the rest of the team's not even needed. They're just there for emotional support. You would eventually at the later fights put Essence of Evil in first slot, though, so you can tank for your Thrall. And the reason he's not there right now is he blocks too much mana on the earlier fights. But later on, we will need him to tank the higher hits. But early on, it saves time having him further in the back. For the video, I'll have the copy-paste with Essence of Evil forward. But do know for the earlier fights, you want to have Thrall and then Nebula Dragon. You only bring the Essence of Evil forward for the later fights. Also, it's better to run double the Dragon rather than Possessed King. I just don't have a second one. I'll mention it in the video. But double of the Dragon is better than Possessed King. I just don't have a second Dragon, so we're just going to roll it this way. It's not that big a deal. You just have to double cast Thrall sometimes. When you get to like 4, 5, and 6. It's not going to take that much longer. And our final torch. Wow, we actually got a perfect clean first floor. Pretty nice. So, hello, Mr. Thomas. Welcome, welcome. Anyone mention the Chris Crinkle bannings? Oh, yeah. That was true, too. I almost forgot about that. That technically wasn't a resource exploit. But it was like something flagged in their system when people were getting too many treasure maps or something. That was pretty funny. I actually completely forgot about that. I actually got banned from that, too, oddly enough. Near the end of it. Which is really funny. Because I was talking about like the whole time, it's like, oh, we didn't get banned. And then literally on Christmas Day, we got banned. It was so funny. I said, hello, Chris Purpose. Welcome, welcome. How many players collected the 13k shiny keys? I have no clue. But based on our current poll, at least a third. So a lot of people. But no worries. We did not claim it. We are clean. We did not exploit it. Though this does remind me, we have so many shiny keys right now. 545. But yeah, we did not end up claiming the infinite shiny keys. You could tell by our not maxed amount. I still only have one of some of them. That is so few. Look at these numbers. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1. So many ones. That's some bad RNG right there. Because I think it can roll like a 1, 2, or 3, or a 1, 2, and 5, or whatever it is. That's a lot of what times we've rolled only one. Anyways, what are we doing? We cleared out that. Let's go add another code. Oh, we're almost there. We almost got our 13,000 shiny keys. We're almost there. No, you don't get them anymore. Let's see. I hope they have an official response soon, though. But here you go. It's not 13,000 shiny keys, but there's a gem key in it. Alright, let's see. We did that, we did that. Was there anything else here? We got our XP bonus. Campaign are all claimed already. Might as well get it. Oh, I think this is Magic Week. Wait, this is actually big. Let me go claim this right now. I believe this week is Magic Week. Let's hope so. Hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Fadis. Welcome, welcome. Oh, sorry. I didn't answer the other question earlier. Is the Cosmic Dragon in event keys? No. He's only in the Celestial Dragon drop table. Okay, I'll be mentioning that when we do the video as well. But, yeah, as far as what isn't in drop table, I think this is a pretty skippable week when it comes to event keys. Because it's Darkstone, Show All. Yeah, the things that are not in drop table are the Nebula Dragon, which you have to get from Cosmic Dragon drop table. So if you want that for... it's best in slot for Raid Event and Underspire this week. But you can only get it from the Celestial Dragon drop table. The ones that cost 550 Dragonite each. Other things that are not in drop table are the Ray Troop, wherever it is here. That one Hag. The new Hag that got added, the Toxic Hag. She's only from the current Raid event that we were doing earlier. Beyond that, the 5 troops from All-Seeing Eye are only from the All-Seeing Eye Shard drop table. And Troglodyte is, I believe, currently still discontinued. I think they're eventually going to add it to like the Seal Creed drop table. You used to get it from Guild Wars. But it's basically a discontinued troop, I believe, in the current state of game. I think the next patch is actually addressing that and finally adding them back to the drop table. But, yeah, until tomorrow, assuming the patch is tomorrow. This is still a discontinued troop. So the discontinued one, the 5 from the faction, the 1 from the events, the Raid Troop Hag, and the Nebula Dragon are the only ones not in event key drop table. For the most part, there isn't really anything worth event keying for. Unless you somehow have 0 copies of Thrall as a new player. It's like the only thing worth event keying for, and you should get that within like 10. Shouldn't take that many at all. Actually, let's see. Can we get it within 10? How many will it take? We're going to open event keys until we get a Thrall. See how many it takes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, how hard is it to get a Thrall? 6, 7. We're going to get like every rarity but the one we need. 8. Worst part is, I think there's like another common here too. 9, 10. So even if we get a common, it's not guaranteed we get them. 11. Oh, that's just a bit rare than I thought it would be. 12. 13. 14. You can still get commons in this drop table, right? 15. What is the weighting of this thing? Gosh, it took 16 keys until we got Thrall. Really? It took us 16 tries to get a 21.5% chance. That's actually kind of crazy. I thought we were going over drop rate. We were at like triple over drop rate. That is crazy. And no wonder why that felt so bad. We on triple over drop rate for a Thrall. On average, it should only take you 5 keys. And that's the only thing worth going for in drop table. But I'm pretty sure most people have a Thrall laying around. It's pretty easy to get. Did I get my shiny keys? No, we didn't end up getting our shiny keys. We're shiny keyless. We only have 545. Which would have been funny if it was 505. Alright, what do we still have to go do? We did that. Oh yeah, did we get magic? I didn't even bother paying attention when I was claiming it earlier. Oh, because I didn't even claim it. There we go. I believe this is magic. Yeah, this week is magic. But yeah, definitely make sure to go claim your weekly campaign thing. Plus do magic this week permanently for the rest of the season. Very nice. Oh, I didn't finish these event battles. Let me go do this real quick. But of course, we still have the spring event. Don't forget to be doing this every single day. This is still daily for all the rest of this week. So if you still want to get any rewards from it, yeah, definitely make sure to do so. At this point, I already have everything. I just want to go for the power orb. Players asking me if I exploited the premium resource bug while the devs are watching. Yeah, honestly, even if I was around at the time, I probably wouldn't have done it. Yeah, 21% is basically a 1 in 5, and it took us 16 tries, so we got pretty unlucky. That's hello, presumed. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the amount of shiny keys the exploit ended up giving was around, like 5 years worth. Like, enough to max out everything in the game and enough for the next several years. So we'll see what their response is to it. Because that's a crazy amount of resources. But yeah, all the rewards that you want to be getting from this event are the spring armor, if you didn't already get it from past seasons. One of Azaleas. It should be in the drop table in a couple months, but if you want to get it early, it's still available. I will be covering at least one video for it in the weekly video. I didn't bother covering a whole separate video on teams for it, because after messing around with it a little bit, it seemed kind of average. Like, it's not awful. It's definitely still a good troop, but it's nothing, like, over the top. It's good enough that you're definitely going to use it occasionally, but it's pretty niche as far as when you bring it out. For the video, I'll probably be showing just a 4x Beast team, because I personally feel like that's the strongest option it has. But yeah, 1 copy of that, and then 6 copies of the pet. 5 to get it maxed, and then 1 more to go get the golden version, which I've already done. And the only reason I'm still doing them is I want the power orb, which is more optional, but it's the cheapest power orb you can ever get. It's only a couple hundred gems for a power orb, which is very cheap. Alright, so, is PvP doing anything left? I guess Underspire as well. But did we already... No, we already finished Underspire because it's so quick this week. Oh yeah, so, yeah, PvP's the only thing left. Alright, over to PvP. Let's go hand out another code. Here you guys go. Enjoy. Yeah, some people are able to max every shiny trip in the entire game with the exploit. We don't know if they're going to roll back people or not, though. So they might be rolled back pretty heavily. We don't know what they're really doing. That or they would have gotten, like, over $10,000 worth of shiny keys. We'll find out. We have not heard what the official response is yet. But whatever it is, it will not go over well. Guys, we gotta wait and see. I hope they do it soon, though. They're definitely not gonna do it tonight. Though if they do it tonight, they will do it literally like 5 minutes after I click the end stream button. If they are gonna post it within the next few hours, it is gonna be exactly 5 minutes after I click end stream. That's how it works every time. I'll go for like an extra 30 minutes tonight or something, and then like literally the minute we hit end record, it's like, oh, they just posted the whole thing going over everything. Alright, let's see. Though PvP is probably the last thing we're doing tonight, though. Let's see. But we should be back tomorrow if there's a patch. What am I doing? What am I even looking for? Render Giant. Is there any good giants in the game? For mana? Am I just linking them? Yeah, I guess I'm just linking her. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just run like a wand of stars in the link. That is perfectly fine. Alright, banner. What do I want for banner? We're already going pretty heavy on yellow. Honestly, might as well go all out. +4 yellow. And I don't need the other mechanic, so you know what? I'm just going to go Archmages for even more mana. So now we're +4 yellow, +3 purple. I might have to use the Emerald Star mechanic. An Expedition 69 stream? Oh yeah, wasn't there some game called Expedition 33? I haven't looked into it at all, but I have seen it popping up here and there. I have no clue what it is. But I do know that there's a game called Expedition 33. I have not a single clue anything about it, though. Other than that it is a game that exists. You always keep missing these glitches. Honestly, I've actually missed almost every single one. The only glitch like this I ever got to use for any amount of time was a small amount of the what's it called glitch? The one where deed books, not deed books, the one where why do I forget their name? When paloozas were a lot more common. But I didn't do it more because I thought they would do it for the whole weekend. So I only grinded it for like a few hours. Where some people grinded it for like 16 hours straight. But that was like the only one I got to utilize because they kept it up for almost an entire day. And the only reason I didn't grind it more is I thought they would keep it up for the entire weekend at least. But they double nerfed it within the same weekend. Once on the first day and then like again after the final day. Actually, Versus got nerfed like 3 times initially. At least the rate of getting them. Oddly enough, the rate of Vault Keys from Paloozas have never been nerfed ever. But the rate of Paloozas themselves have been nerfed 3 times. As well as the amount of loot that you get during a Palooza from a basic resource perspective. They've never nerfed the Vault Key amount, but they've nerfed the general loot down to like 10 to 15% when you win very quickly. Whereas at one point you used to get 100%. But the Vault Key number of them have never been nerfed. The amount of Vault Keys that you get from a Palooza now is actually the same amount you got on day 1. It's just the Palooza rate makes it so you get to do them way, way, way less. But when you actually use a Palooza, it's the same effect as day 1. They're actually still that broken. It's just the frequency that you can use them is way lower than it was. I'm actually still really surprised they kept it that high. Because the rate at which it increased the amount that you can get Vault Keys is kind of crazy. Is they're about 20 to 30 times more common compared to before that update. The act of getting Vault Keys and Epic Vault Keys. Wow, did I just miss with that? That is so bad. We might actually lose this battle. That actually went so badly. Why are their stats so high? Oh! They build a pure Storheim and also have the extra bonus. Okay. I was wondering why their stats are so absurdly high. But I see what's happening here. They're not in Dark Alliance, and they built 4 times Stormheim. So not only do they have all the Stormheim bonus, but they also have like 50% extra stats or something. I was wondering why they were so beefy. Alright, we're just gonna die here then. A little unfortunate. We got the 5 we needed. Anyways. What I should have probably done beforehand, let me go to use the bonus. Because I don't think that would have saved us. Don't think 6 magic would have made the difference in that battle. Yeah, I could look into Expedition 33. I'll see if I'll get around to it. Tomorrow we'll likely be doing Brighter Shores because I actually got an update today, but I was busy today so I couldn't stream it, so we'll be streaming it tomorrow. And of course the Gems of War update, assuming they're doing an update at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Which I believe they are, but we'll find out. There's like a 90% chance we're getting a Gems of War update at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Because they gotta do it before Guild War, so if we're still having Guild War next week, they gotta do it tomorrow. Unless they're delaying Guild War. Again. For like the billionth time. Eventually Guild Wars will be repaired and functioning. After a year and a half of turmoil. They will eventually have it back in a stable state. Where we have it like every month or whatever they do with it. Hello, Ron! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go get our 3 Valhawks, and is that it? That might actually be all the things. Wow, they just felt like they were actually pretty quick today. No, they do keep going quicker and quicker as we keep getting more and more power creep. Flower Dragon definitely helps out a lot with it. Like, Stellaryx already was too. But between Stellaryx and Flower Dragon, I feel like they cut off like a good 5 to 10 minutes off of dailies. If you own either of the two. Yes, next Guild War should be for Divinity Fields, and should be starting next Thursday, assuming we're getting the update tomorrow. This does mean that the 50% mana start troop of, what's his name? Like the Cat King or whatever he's called. The Qatari King. He's going to be really, really meta. The biggest issue with him is if you didn't buy him for $7 during the Divinity Fields rework, you have to R and G for him in gem keys or seal keys. And he's pretty rare. Like, you can get up to, like, 4 or 5 mythics before you get a copy of him. Like, a mythic is literally more common than getting a copy of him, specifically. You know, on average, we'll get 4 to 5 mythics trying to get 1 copy of him. I'll probably mention it on this weekly video and definitely on next week's weekly video. Because next week is the final time to go get him before the event. He's not required to do Guild War, but if you're in a high-level guild... He's, like, pseudo-required in some degree. Like, you can still get by without having him, but every meta team uses him. Because every meta team's going to be a 4-time Centaur team. And he gives 50% mana start all Centaurs. But he has never been targetable since he was money-locked. What's the troop's name? Qatari King or something. I forget the exact spelling of it. But it's this troop right here. Kingdom... What is it? Divinity Fields? Should be Divinity Fields. Should be under T's. This guy, the Qatari King. I have actually gotten 0 copies of him since then. So if it wasn't for the money locked one, I would actually have 0 copies of him. But yeah, he gives 50% mana start to all centaurs. His ability is okay. But the whole reason you need him is 50% mana start to all centaurs. Because of course you could build Ward Breaker into that. Artima's going to be shinied most likely, so she'll be a lot stronger. Stuff like that. Of course, Divinian Fields and stuff like that. I mean, Atlanta you have as an option. Though you don't need Qatari King to do an Atlanta team, though. But most of his place is Centaur. And he gives 50% mana start to all Centaurs. Not 100% required, but he's really strong for next Guild War. Offensively, you don't need him defensively, but for your offensive team, he helps out a lot. But yeah, the only way to get him is to go for a random drop table and just hope you randomly get him. Let's see, can we pull him in 200? We did not get any Qatari King. But yeah, on average, it's like 4,000 to 5,000 keys or something. But how many legends there currently are in the drop table? So he's pretty rare. I still have gotten 0 copies of him. Not counting the one that we got for money. He's not required for next Guild War, but he will help a lot in making it easier. I was going to hand out another code. But yeah, assuming we get the patch, I'll definitely mention it next week's weekly video. As those 3 days will be the last time to get them before then. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not Thursday. But you can do it whenever. Like, literally just going for keys right now if you open gem keys or guild keys, assuming your guild already has it upgraded max already. But yeah, if you open gem keys, guild keys, or even VIP keys if you wanted to, even glory keys, all have a chance of dropping them. Oh, a bunch of the glory... That's funny. There's a bunch of the glory troops I haven't bothered getting from earlier. Like, you know the bounty hunter events, like the one we have this Friday? So many of them I haven't bothered doing yet. Let's see, can I get a copy of them? Oh gosh, there's still more of them that we haven't gotten. That's kind of crazy. Let's see if we can go get them all. There's all the bounty hunter troops from the last, like, because I've been skipping bounty hunter lately. I've still been doing the free battles. But I haven't been doing the, like, spend 700 to go get the event done. This is save a little bit of gems. So, all the bounty hunter troops I don't actually have. I think I have them all now, though. It would appear that we have them all, unless we're going really unlucky on one of them. Yeah, I think we have them all now. Oh, we got an Uller. Not really that useful. Actually, that's not true. He has Freeze Fair Fire. That's actually not bad. The problem is his ability is kind of meh. Like, his final trait's actually insanely good. It's just his other 2 traits are really bad, and his ability is very average. Let's have a double check. Is there anything in gold drop table I need? I don't think there is. Since we're opening a billion keys right now, might as well keep going. No, I think this is general loot. I don't think there's anything special in here we need. No, we would have had it by now if there was. Yeah, there's definitely nothing here. Unfortunately, these only go up to rare, so you can't really get much beyond that. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, Qatari King, if you want to get him, is in Glory Gym, Guild, and VIP chests. Not that one, this one. Everything but Event Key and Gold Key. And obviously not Shiny Key. If you got your 13,000 Shiny Keys, you will not get him in there. Even with that many Shiny Keys will not fix him not being in there. Oh, that reminds me. I haven't donated gold to the guild yet. Oh, yeah, that also reminds me. If anyone wants to join the guild, we still have 4 spots remaining. So if anyone on PC Mobile wants to end up joining guild before next Guild War next week, we need to actually get 1 person in so we can get a full guild bonus. So if anyone's interested, still got a spot left. Alright, anything else? Anything else? We did that, we did that. Did I get the keys? No, I did not get the keys. I did not do the Shiny Key exploit earlier today. We're clean. So if they are going to do rollbacks or something, we shall not be hit by them. Alright, is that everything? Let's go on and open some Volkies up. Gotta open at least 1 to get a nice clean number. Let's get down to a nice 151. Let's hand out 1 last code as well. Here you guys go. You need a guild, but you suck at Guild Wars. Well, that's fine as long as you can do the other requirements. Most of our requirements are pretty easy. You know what? We'll go for a couple Volkies. I want to do more than 1. You can't just do 1 Volkie. Because honestly, at this point, when it comes to Guild War, it's better to have, like, anybody there than literally no one. Especially up to 27. Though having an extra 3 beyond, that's still helpful. But if anyone should join a guild, just get in contact with Isabel and she'll get you in. No problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy, enjoy. Let's find out another code if we get anything good from the Vault keys here. I'm not sure how many we're going to open. I guess we'll go down to like 120. 120 seems like a nice clean number. Because you can't just open one Vault key. Wait, these are still from the last Vault event weekend. This is the last of our stash from the billion that we were getting back in the 4 Vault events within 2 months period. And yes, as Ron mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out and is greatly appreciated. Also, the poll is still pretty much at 50-50. That's kind of crazy after 45 votes. Yeah, I'm really curious what their official response is going to be. Normally, I wouldn't care as much, but this is like one of the biggest blunders they've done ever. It's definitely in the top 5 biggest blunders in the history of Gems of War. Oh, so that sounds like such a clickbaity, like, general audience video that YouTube is known for. The top 5 such and such of such and such. Oh, an Epic Volkey. You know what? Why not a code for that? That's pretty rare from these. I'll do it for that. That's actually one I don't even mention as a good reward. Because it's one of those I just assume won't happen. It's actually really rare to get an Epic Volkey from a Volkey. Because I believe it's like a 1 in 100 chance you get a Volkey in a Volkey. And then there's like a 1 in 1,000 that's specifically an Epic Volkey. So I normally don't even consider this as one of the rare drops. As it's actually rarer than getting one of the 1% major orbs. It's actually crazy rare how rare it is in Volkey drop table. Like a Volkey in your Volkey. Specifically of the Epic variety. I think it's actually the rarest drop in the whole drop table. I don't think there's a single thing rarer than getting an Epic Volkey in your Volkey. As the rate is never boosted, not even during Vault event weekends, I don't believe. Like, it's just a flat rate. How many Epic Volkeys do we have? 1,000 something. I'm not sure the exact number. What do I check? Oh, I can't check on this menu. That's weird. We have 1,596. Oh, we're almost at 1,600. Nice. We're getting there. We've opened a couple hundred recently here and there. Is that after 1,000 I would maybe start consuming a bunch of them? I don't know. I've kind of just been letting them hoard up mostly. We have used a couple though. A couple hundred here and there. But we're at about 1,600 of them. Not too bad. But yeah, that's been saved for a long time though. That's like literal years worth of event keys or Epic Vault keys. It's definitely not the biggest stack in the game, but it's pretty solid. The main reason I was saving them is in case they ever did anything new to the... Wow, we just got a Volkey too. What is our Volkey luck all of a sudden? We got an Epic Volkey a few ago, and now we got a Volkey in one, which I believe is about a 1 in 100. Our Volkey luck is insane in our Volkeys. Yeah, we got a pretty big Epic Volkey stack. The main thing I was saving them for is if they ever update the Epic Volkey drop table. Right now, the Epic Volkey drop table is just more of the normal Volkey drop table. But in case they ever add a unique drop to it, I've been saving them for that. So we're already stacked and ready to go. Unfortunately, they've never done that, so I've been saving them for basically no reason. I'm still going to hoard them just in case they ever do update the drop table. But how many buffs Volkeys I've gotten, I highly doubt they're going to buff Epic Volkeys at any point, but I don't know, I'm still hoarding them in the slight chance that they might. It's not like I really need the resources from them, so I'm just kind of letting them collect dust there. Probably do a absolutely insane epic Volkey opening at some point though. Like do a day where we open like 1,000 of them or something. Actually, knowing us, that's exactly when they're gonna go and update them. Because that's what happened when Volkeys. I ended up doing like 1,000 or a couple thousand Volkeys in a day or something. Opening them for like an entire day straight. And then literally the Tuesday afterwards, they buffed Volkeys. It was when they added the extra orbs, like pet orbs and all those other orbs. The glory orb, stuff like that. They did it literally the Tuesday after I opened thousands of Volkeys. So now I'm paranoid to ever open my epic Volkeys. Because literally the Tuesday after I do, they're going to do an update buffing epic Volkeys. So I'm hoarding them forever then. Which means they're never going to buff epic Volkeys. So if I ever want them to do it, I just got to open 1,000 of them in a day and then they'll buff it the following Tuesday. That's how it works. If someone got their 13 key shiny keys and spent them, would they be banned or rolled back? We don't know what's happening with them yet. We'll need to wait till the official response. I assume they're going to get rolled back. But if they do get rolled back, they're probably going to have to roll back your entire account back to like Monday or the previous week or something. Like if they are going to roll back the people that exploited it, they're probably going to roll you back pretty far. Like at least back to Monday. Potentially back to last week's Monday. Hello, Wastelander! Welcome, welcome. You have a pretty important question. Is it still possible to obtain missing warband banners? No. They roll around. It's really inconsistent. I hate the way that they end up doing it. I wish they would just always stay there. Basically, there's 5 of them that are always there. And ever so occasionally, some updates, they'll rotate 2 of them. So maybe tomorrow's update, they'll rotate 2 of them. We don't know. So if you do want to be up to date on them, if you haven't already gotten all your warbands and you have the resources laying around, you might want to go do that. But yeah, they kind of just rotate randomly some updates. And tomorrow is probably an update day, so if you haven't gotten all your warbands yet and have the resources, definitely make sure to do so. Because they might be rotating 2 in. But yeah, they rotate like 2 of them every like year or something. I really wish they had a better system for it. Because it can take literal years to get all warbands in the current state of the game. If you didn't get them back when they all released. Obviously, whatever 5 are currently available at any given time are really easy to get. But all the old ones, they can take literal years to rotate the way they currently rotate them. Luckily, a banner isn't really that big a deal. But, you know, there's sometimes a team choice where, you know, they could be slightly advantageous. Like, I used one of them for one of the teams this week. Because I had minus yellow while having the colors we needed. I try not to use them on team copy-paste teams most of the time. And if I am, I normally only do it on high rarity team. I try to never ever use them on low rarity teams. Because if you don't have them, it could be literal years until it rotates around. Which won't help on a weekly event. So on every low rarity team, I never show them with a warband. Even if it's currently one of them that exists at the moment. Because I forget which ones are or aren't at any given time. So I just try not to use them in any cheap team. Is the current PvP system 1 year old now? Yeah, it is around that time, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Because it came out sometime early last year. It's like May now. So yeah, I believe the new PvP system has been about a year now. Actually, probably a little bit over a year. Because I think it was like February or March of last year or something. We're already in May right now. Mid-May. You need the Lover's card from Volkeys? Yeah, the Lover's honestly the best tarot card to get. Because you need it for Wanda Stars. Only problem is we keep getting more and more tarot cards added to the game. Which makes it increasingly harder to get. But just farming a few Vault event weekends and you'll have it in no time. But there we go. Well, at least we got the epic Volkey drop. We did get the gem drop, but it was a smaller gem drop a couple times. Alright, let's go hand out one last redeem code. But anyways, any other questions? Any other anythings? Otherwise, we might be calling it here. Let me go double check the forum. Have they posted updated drama yet? Do we have updated drama? I am not seeing updated drama yet. They have not given the official post on what on earth happened with the shiny keys. But assuming we get an update tomorrow, we'll be doing a stream tomorrow night going over the 8.5 patch notes, as well as messing around with anything we can mess around with. Otherwise, we'll just be messing around with dailies. But we'll read over the patch notes, go over all that for the 8.5 update. We'll have the weekly video up, hopefully in the next few hours. Obviously, I wasn't able to get it out earlier today, but we will have all the copy-paste for everything for the entire week up very soon, TM. Hopefully before I go to bed. But yeah, we'll have that up later tonight. And tomorrow night, yeah, assuming we get the patch, we'll be doing a stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time going over 8.5 patch and messing with that. And if they don't have an updated drama post by then, we'll maybe cover a separate video on that a little bit later this week. On what on earth they're doing about the shiny key situation today, which ended up ending at 55% on what? And 45% on yes on claiming it. So that's like 20-something people from here. Wow. So yeah, it's about a half and half. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day the other day. And just double checking I didn't miss any other questions. I think I caught up. But yeah, we don't currently know what will happen to everyone who claimed the keys. But we'll know soon. Alright, I believe that's everything. But it does remind me with Wasteland or bringing it up. It's been a while since they've rotated the warbands. So tomorrow might actually be a warband rotation. So if you guys haven't done it and you have the things laying around, don't bother buying them. They're a waste of money. But if you haven't bought on your 5 warbands, these over here, make sure to do so if you have the coins, but laying around and you haven't already. They're only 50 each. And there's a small chance they might rotate tomorrow. I didn't even think about that. I'll probably mention that in the weekly video too. Because honestly, it's been a while since they rotated. And it definitely feels like a smaller patch where they would probably rotate 2 of these. So if you haven't gotten all 5 of these yet, highly advise doing so if you already have the coins laying around. And because there's a non-zero chance they rotate it with the update tomorrow. And rotate 2 of them out for 2 of the other ones. Metagross this weekend? Oh yeah, Tyrion, I can help you guys with that if you need. I actually ended up doing it last weekend because I thought last weekend was the final weekend for it. I ended up soloing it with Slowbro or something. It was extremely inefficient. I finished it with like 3 seconds to spare. But yeah, I can help you guys with it if you need. Just let me know. But yeah, I actually already did it because I thought last weekend was the final weekend. But anyways, guys, so hello, Harry. Goodbye, Harry. And I'll catch you guys later. Also, hello, Jason. And goodbye, Jason. Any other things I missed? I think that's everything. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. Weekly video up soon, TM. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.